What's going on, guys? Today we're going to do a quick little review, my honest feedback, and my pros and cons list on this Scag SFC 30-inch push mower. If you guys are like me, I was in a tight spot figuring out if I wanted to go with an electric mower, a 30-inch X-Mark, the Toro Turf Master, Toro Time Master. I ended up going with the Scag 30-inch, and I'm going to show you guys my honest review, my pros and cons list on this mower, and why I think it's actually a great mower. So here we go.
Why would anyone do drugs when they could just mow a lawn?
We're going to start off with my cons list, because the cons on this mower are, there's less cons than there is pros, in my opinion, on this mower. The first con and the biggest thing I dislike about this mower, for sure, and maybe I'm doing it wrong. If you guys have a Scag 30-inch push mower, you can help me out in the comments. But this mulch plug is terrible. This thing absolutely sucks. I can't even get it in there most of the time, and when I do, you got to sit there and fight with it over and over. It's very hard to get in there. It's hard to get out. This is actually my second mulch plug, because the handle where you pull it out actually snapped off. I'm going to try to show you guys what I mean about trying to get this mulch plug in. This mulch plug, I don't know why, it just will not go in there. And probably for this video, it's probably going to be the first try. There you go. That went in perfect this time. I was literally just on a job right now, and I couldn't get this mulch plug in. Now it wants to fit. But either way, this is my least favorite thing about this mower, is this mulch plug. I don't know what kind of improvements can go in on this, if Scag can change this or make some improvements. I know, like me, I live in California, so I bag a lot of my clippings. Once the chute gets clogged up a little bit, or the grass hardens up, it gets really hard to push this thing in there. You kind of got to scrape all that old grass off inside the chute just to make sure this fits, because it's a really tight fit. I just cleaned this mower yesterday, so it slid right in. But trust me, guys, I was sitting there for about 10 minutes trying to get this mulch plug in. It would not go. So that's my first dislike about this mower, is the mulch plug. My second dislike, the system where you put the side discharge and you block it off here. The side blocker is this latch here, and the latch fits nice and tight when you want to bag and you want to close this all off. It fits nice and good. I cleaned this mower real good for this video, you can tell. This thing is really it's not the greatest. Let me see. You can't really see here. If you guys can see, there's a little bolt on this side that catches right there on the lip. You can't really see in the video, but it's a pain to deal with, especially when you want to side discharge. And after you mess around with the mulch plug and then you try to put the side discharge on, it's kind of not the greatest setup. Let me try to show you the side discharge. So when you put the side discharge on, you want to slide these two bolts right in these two notches, like so. But once you latch this, on, it's not really that tight, especially once you start rocking around. It seems like it's going to fit well when it's sitting here, but once you start hitting some bumps, this thing pops loose. And I've actually had a couple times where it pops off, because this is not, see how loose that is? It's really not that tight. It's really tight when you want to bag, but for the side discharge, I've had a couple issues with it popping off, and that's fine, because you could take the whole side discharge attachment off and just shoot it out the side. But see, now this is much tighter to have this blocked off. So that's my second dislike, and that kind of goes along with the mulch plug. Now the third thing I dislike about this mower is the size of the gas tank. I've actually seen some Scag 30-inch push mowers with the bigger gas tank that you see on the Kawasaki's. This one has the Kohler engine and it has the smaller gas tank. This is actually the same size tank that was on my 22-inch Toro Toro recycler. So it's a smaller tank. You find yourself filling up more often. So it's not terrible. You just have to remember to fill up after about 4 or 5 yards. You got to keep refilling, and that's not a bad thing, but it is something that it would be nicer to fill up less amount of times throughout the day. It's not a deal breaker, but it is something that bugs me a little bit with this mower. Another con that I have with this mower, and if you're gonna buy a Scag SFC, look for the ones that have this part that you can unbolt. I know some of the earlier models, this is welded onto the deck, and it's supposed to protect the deck, but I find when you're cutting low as 2 1/4, 2.5 inch cuts, and even 2-inch cuts, this was rubbing. This was making it really hard to push. I don't know why they were welding it on at first, but I got the model where you could unbolt it. That was the first thing I did, is unbolt these things because they were rubbing so hard. You can kind of see I only mowed it a couple times with this, and it was rubbing really hard. So if you're gonna buy the Scag SFC, get the one where you can unbolt these little deck protectors, because these are only good for throwing them as far as you can. Now on to the my likes about this mower, the pros from the pros and cons list. We'll start off with the first thing that I like is the swivel wheels. If you guys are gonna go with the Scag SFC 30-inch, you have to go with the swivel wheels because it is heavy. It's a heavy mower. I see people complaining about that often, but to be fair, any 30-inch commercial mower that I felt, I've only mowed with this one, but I've pushed around the other ones and they're all heavy. They're all gonna be heavy. So this swivel wheel system is great. This thing is such a help. I've actually tried it with these wheels being locked, because you could lock the wheels with this pin. I've actually push mowed with it locked just to get a feel for it if it didn't have these swivel wheels, and it's terrible. It's hard on your triceps, it's hard on your shoulders. You got to push down a lot just to make those turns. With these swivel wheels, it gives you the ability to make that 0 turn with ease, and it's really easy just to switch it off and on like this. Pull the pin, put it in this hole here, and now you're swiveling. This is probably my favorite part about this mower because it's so helpful. These swivel wheels are such a big help, and I know you can get the conversion kit if you bought the Scag 30-inch and you didn't get the one with the swivel wheels. You can buy the conversion kit and put it on your mower. I highly recommend this. If you guys are gonna buy one with the swivel wheels, and try to find one with the bigger gas tank, but for sure get the swivel wheels. My second pro, or my like about this mower, is and same area up front, is right here. The deck comes here and the wheels come here. On your Exmark 30 inches and your Toro Turfmasters, your deck ends here with the wheels. So with this allows you to get about probably about a foot in there around trees or poles. You can kind of get around it, get right up to it with the deck right here. You can get right up to the tree or the pole versus having to weed whack around the whole thing and then making a bigger circle around the tree. This gets you really close to the cut because the deck is here and the wheels are here. So I really like this part. This is another like of mine. I find I'm using it often because you can get closer to the objects. So the next like that I have, or pro for this mower, for sure, is the way that you make the height adjustments on this mower, which is this one handle right here. You can't see it that good. There you go. It's this one handle. You push forward, it raises the whole deck. You pull the pin, and you put it at whatever height you want it at. That fast. Now with the other mowers, the Toro Turfmaster, I know you only have to use 2 handles, one back here, one up there. The Exmark, you have to do 1 tire at a time. The back 2 can go the same way. The commercial 21-inch Toro and the commercial 21-inch Honda, you kind of got to do it each wheel at a time. This, I find, saves me a lot of time. This saves me a lot of time to be able to just make it one swift movement as I pull it off the truck, and I'm back down to the cut height that I want. This is a great addition to this mower. I love being able to do this. It's so quick, it's so easy, it makes it so much easier than what I was doing before with my Toro, because I went straight from a Toro 22-inch recycler. You got to go from every wheel and raise them all to the same height. Sometimes you go just one notch off and it's a little bit of an uneven cut. This makes it so much easier. Now the next thing I like about this mower is the bag. This is probably, the bag is really big. The bag is a good size. Well, it's the same size as any 30-inch mower. When I'm talking about how much time this mower saves me, it doesn't save me so much time on the speed because it's not the fastest mower. The transmission is really strong. It keeps a nice steady pace up and down hills. It's not the fastest thing in the world. I've pushed the 21-inch Exmark commercial mowers, and it's like you're chasing that thing. It's so fast. This is just a smooth, same pace, strong transmission at good speed for how heavy it actually is. But that's not where I'm making my time up. I'm making my time up on the 30-inch deck. I'm making less passes, and I'm messing around with the bag less. So when you put the bag on, you kind of get used to this. I've seen some people complaining about it, but the bag goes on fairly easy, and it fills up really nicely. I don't have to sit there messing around with the bag. I don't have to sit there and clean out the chute. I don't have to sit there and clean out the bag because it it fills up really well. And the less time you have to stop mowing and fix the bag, the more time you can actually spend mowing your lawn and making time up. So the bag I really like. You bag this, and I bag most of my clippings, almost all of my clippings. Only in the winter time and when I'm mulching up leaves I don't. But the bag is a really big like for me on this one. It's a pro that you save a lot of time not messing with those little bags. And I know that comes with any commercial mower. It usually bags pretty well. Even the 21-inch mowers bag fairly well. But this is a bigger bag, less time messing with it, and I really enjoy this bag. My next pro and my like about this mower is how high this handlebar comes up. Now, like I said, I've never mowed with the Turfmaster or the Exmark 30-inch, but I have pushed them around, and I find that the handlebars are about this low. And I'm a taller guy, I'm about 6 foot tall, so it's kind of hard to push down like that just to make your turns. This one actually has an adjustable height, so you can put it to wherever you like, wherever you feel more comfortable if you do need it to go lower or higher. This is about the height that I use it at. It's about right at my belly button, right above my belly button. And I like how it's got the curve here. I'm not a huge fan of Hondas where it comes up at a bigger curve like this. And I do prefer the straight shaft, but this gives it a nice curve to it where it's not completely straight, but it's not really bent. The handlebars fit, or the controls fit well here in this groove. It doesn't really mess with your hands as you go. You don't really even notice it as you're mowing. And I really enjoy this handlebar. I know some people dislike it. I just like this whole setup here. This makes it so much easier. This thing has so much power. This is the next couple things that I like about it, is it has an hour meter. It has an hour meter here. It tells you how many hours you're at. I'm at 18.5 hours on it. I've only used it for about 20 hours. I've used it for about a month or two, and I really enjoy this mower. You guys can see I'm sweating because I just got done mowing, and it's really hot out here. What I like about this mower though is you could have this fully cranked, which you don't really need because this motor has so much power. You don't really need this. I find myself mowing at about half the power here. And when I get into that really thick stuff, it's nice to be able to just change the speed of the blades and just be able to knock down anything. This mower has not bogged down on me yet, not even one time. It's got so much power and it can get through pretty much anything. So I run on my weekly yards, my bi-weekly yards, I run at about half throttle. It's got a brake here. Now the brake's not the greatest in the world, but it works for when it's in the back of my truck, keeps it from rolling around. But the amount of power that it has here and that the controls are all right here is nice. You don't got to go down to the motor and change the speed on it. This is really nice to be able to have. So I really enjoy being able to do what I need to do here, and also having the hour meter here. I know I need to change my oil pretty soon here. So that's the other. I hope this has been helpful. That's my pros and cons with my honest review. Like I said, if you guys are like me, the garbage truck right here. Somebody's gonna. So that's my pros and cons list on this mower. If you guys are like me, like I said, I was in the tight spot. I'm here in California. They passed a law where 2023 they're gonna stop selling gas mowers, trimmers, blowers, all that all together. So I was in the spot where do I spend $3,000 on a new mower? Do I wait till the gas or the batteries mowers start coming out with commercial grade stuff or stuff that's a little bit stronger, it's going to last longer throughout the day? I was in a tight spot where I had to make a decision, and I hope I made the right decision with this one in the long run. I have no issues with the Lab. It's still a fairly new mower, so we'll see how it goes. But the mechanics of it and the way that it works, I love it. It saved me a lot of time. It saves me a lot of energy. It is a heavy mower, but they all are. If you're going for a 30-inch commercial mower, they're heavy. Okay, that's just the way it is. You gotta get stronger or something. But I would highly recommend this mower. I don't really see that many honest reviews on the mowers, on the Scag 30-inch mowers out there yet, and that's because they are a fairly newer mower. But I hope this has been helpful. I hope this has been help you trying to figure out what you guys want to do. It mulches great with leaves. I get that question a lot. Does it mulch? This thing can suck the paint off a Cadillac. It mulches really good. This mower, I highly recommend it. We'll see if it bites me in the long run. I hope not. But I hope, what I mean is, as of now, from the time that I've been able to use it, this has given me no problems, no issues. It runs really strong. Like I said, really strong motor. That's my honest review on this mower. I hope it's been helpful. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. It'll really help me get into the YouTube algorithm. And I like to make more review videos, and I plan on making one on a couple trimmers that I use on a daily basis. So like I said, hopefully this is helpful. Thank you guys for watching. Always remember, solely their glory.